Okay, on to page 7. This one is a little trickier. I'm gonna do a few extra things here. I've got my strip of orange plaid paper and the black mat that I cut that fits that perfectly. I've got my smaller orange square, rectangle, it's pretty close to a square, but and my big yellow piece that I've cut. And then for the background, we're using this square of the little wispy spiders that are on the gray background. So go ahead and glue down your background. And just, this is one of those things that you just kind of want to check out. The spiders all face this direction, so when you're measuring your background and sticking it on, just kind of make sure that your spiders all face the right direction, because if you had them upside down, no one would probably notice, but it might drive you crazy. So just something to take a look at. And then just glue that down. Pop that on there. When you have all the pieces for these pre-cut, it just makes assembling them so easy. So one night while you're watching TV, just cut out all your pieces for your projects and makes it really nice. Okay, now we're gonna take the orange and mat it on the yellow. But they're cut, the yellow is cut a little bit bigger than the orange for a reason, because we are going to take the orange piece and stick it down right near the bottom, so there's only, you know what, did I put that on the right way? Yeah, I did, okay. There's just a slight mat down at the bottom, because at the top we need room to punch some holes. So can you see how I left just a little bit of an edge there? And it's wider at the top. So grab your hole punch, and we are going to punch 3 holes at the top. So just kind of eyeball it, doesn't have to be exact. Mine definitely isn't going to be. Okay, so got our 3 holes. Now we're going to take our orange ribbon, our ruler ribbon, and our black ribbon. And we're going to cut, I would say cut about, gosh, how much? Let's see here. Let me measure this for you for a second to give you an idea. Probably about 5 inches off of there. Let me make sure that works before I have you cut any more. Yeah, 5 inches should be good. Okay. Now take your ribbon, fold it in half, and stick it through the front. You've got a loop now. So take the 2 loose ends that are sticking out the front, pull them through the loop, and then pull it tight. And that gives you a little knot there with the ribbon sticking out. Go ahead and do that with your other 2 pieces of ribbon. And then we will move on to the little pocket that will hold this. Just get those situated the way that you like them. And okay, there you go. So that's the look that you will have for that little tag. Now let's go ahead and stick these 2 pieces together. All right. Just gonna stick these two together real quick. And then we're going to take another clear sticker. We're going to use this one, the Trick or Treat, and we're just going to put it right across the top there. Let's go ahead and grab that off. And this one I'm going to try trimming just because it's a little bit bigger. I'm going to trim it before I stick it down. And again, it's clear, so if your edges aren't cut perfectly, no one's going to notice or care. And I think that it might be a little, yes, okay, I remembered correctly. It is a little bit long. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut each word out individually. And just, once you cut it out individually, you can stick it back on the paper to hold it. I'm going to cut the excess away from the or. So cut real close to the letters. And that's going to give us a little more room to work with, or less room to work with. Now, I'm just going to stick the trick down. And then this kind of lets you stick the or a little bit closer to the trick. It still gives you plenty of space so that you've got, it doesn't look like they're right next to each other. You know, like a run-on word. And then do the same thing with the treat. Just position it where you would like it. Right on there. And just smooth it down so there's no bubbles. Okay, now we're going to take the Trick or Treat little banner, and we're going to do the same thing with this that we did with the little strip that held in the spider tags. We're just going to take a glue dot or whatever adhesive you're using and stick one just on the very edge on this side, and I even like to roll my glue dots over so they're a little bit thinner. So it's not actually a dot on there, as it is more just a spot. And one on the other side. They don't have to be even, it's not a big deal. And then stick it down on your page. Then we will take the fun little or big tag that we just made for you to put a picture or some journaling on and slip it right in underneath that banner. So then you can put your picture on there and pull it out to get a better look at it. Just another fun little interactive element. I like to have as many interactive elements as I can on my pages because I think that it makes the book look more fun, and it's fun for your kids to be able to pull things out and read different stuff. And anyways, that's just me. Okay, now your 8th page is just going to be your square of orange paper with the Trick or Treat words and black boots on it. I'm just going to stick that down, and this is going to be your last page that has a tab. So once again, round in the corners here. Glue that down. Okay. So pick whichever sticker you'd like to use for your last tab, and go ahead and mount that onto your yellow cardstock if you haven't done so already. I'm going to use this one that says Cackle. And now for the third one, as you can imagine, since we've already placed one at the top, in the middle, and in the middle, we're going to put this third one at the bottom. So just go ahead and put your adhesive on the half that will be on the page, and then stick that down near the bottom there. Okay, now we're almost there, folks. Page 9. we're back to some black cobwebs. I just think this paper is so cool, so I wanted to use it twice because I thought it was extra fun with the flocking on it. I just think these papers they've been coming out with it has the flocking just so cool. Rounding those corners again. Gonna slap some adhesive on there and put this on the page real quick. Oops. Okay. Stick it down there. And we're going to use one more of the clear stickers. We're going to take this piece of orange and white stripe paper that we've cut out, and we're going to use this Off They Go to Get Their Loot sticker, which is kind of a longer, skinnier sticker. So we're going to peel that one off. And this one, you can go ahead and just stick right onto the orange paper. And then you can see there's a little excess hanging off. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trim that so that it lines up just right with the orange paper. And then we will just put some adhesive on the back here. And stick that onto the flocked paper. Now, you might have a little issue with the flocked paper if you're using, you know, a glue stick or something that might not stick quite as well, just because it is a raised paper. So you might want to use a glue dot for that or something. Just want to give you a little heads up. Just go ahead and stick that orange strip down there on the left-hand side. And we will move on to the last page.